Sit down, shut your mouths.
You're watching The Gift of Gabe.
Yo, party peeps, what is up? It's your boy, the best gabber in the biz. Another episode of Dynamite on the road to Grand Slam Australia is officially in the books. And man, did a lot of stuff happen. Like, Samoa Joe is back. Hobbs looks like a monster in defeat against Mox, but he ultimately pays the price. The Rookie Toni Storm shocks the world, and can she do it one more time at Grand Slam Australia? Kenny and Ospreay are waiting on a tag match that will be for the freaking ages, and could we see an undisputed new champion of the TNT network? Guys, let's just stop talking about it and let's start gabbing about it. First things first, let's talk about that main event. Hobbs and Mox. It was a very good contested match. Freaking Hobbs busted Mox's ear open so bad. Like, they come back in picture, or if you watch it on Max, like commercial and ads, dude gushing. And I'm like, God dang. And Hobbs, he looked strong in defeat. Bro took up a psycho knee, spine buster Mox right after that. Then he took a briefcase shot, kick out, took a freaking death paradigm shift, kick out, and then ultimately just got choked out. And he never gave up, but he was done. Like, he gave it his absolute all, but he gives it in a losing effort. And then freaking gets taken out by the Death Riders right afterwards. And Cope, guess what? Your name's pretty appropriate for freaking Hobbs, because he's like, yo, why weren't you guys out there dying? My leg. And it's like, I'm sorry, dude. My name, Cope. I'm sorry. So, I mean, positive for him to, I guess two positives. One, he looked like a beast tonight. Two, after all the crazy discourse, he won't have to be in that 12-man tag that's being taped tomorrow. So I'm very curious who they're going to replace him with, unless they say end up putting him in the match, which I highly doubt, especially because the match is being taped tomorrow. But at the end of the day, we will see. I get the vibe, but people not loving the Death Row storyline. I'll get onto it a little later in terms of what could happen at Revolution, as it what could be a sign of the fact that maybe they possibly have pivoted or will pivot. But just for tonight, Hobbs looked like $1 million. He now has a world championship match under his belt, and I still really 1,000% believe in my heart that, one, he's definitely going to come back for some receipts on the Death Riders, which you never know, that could be something big for Hobbs later on. But I think he becomes a singles champion before this year is over. Big, black, and jacked. Road, I really feel like he is set up. I mean, in a way, he really did kick John Moxley's ass tonight. But, you know, the Death Riders took him out, murked him. Done.
Holy shit.
Guys, let's talk about probably the biggest shock of the night. No, not Samoa Joe's return. I'm going to get to that in the very next segment. Let's talk about the Rookie Toni Storm. She's only been on AEW programming. She only made her debut literally, like, what, a month and a half ago back at Winter is Coming? Like, what? And she just won the damn first ever Women's Casino Gauntlet. She stole one with a small package, and she is now going to face Mariah May for the AEW Women's World Championship. I mean, my God, who in their right mind could have ever saw this coming? And that pop, too, she's gotten so over. She's gotten as over as Willow is. My God, it's insane. Whew. But Jesus, could she actually do the impossible? Could she go into Grand Slam Australia? It's ironically, she'll be home for that. So she's got home field advantage. Could it be like a childhood dream come true? Could she become the next AEW Women's World Champion? Not if Mariah May has anything to say about it. It's like dream versus reality. I mean, Jesus, since Mariah killed that, you know, timeless, like, character of, like, old back at, All In, I mean, she's just been on a tear. She's been the dream killer. She killed Willow Streamer winning the world title. She killed friggin' Thunder Rosa's. She, you know, she couldn't handle the wrath, apparently, of Harley Cameron. Absolutely wild. So, I don't know. But I think I gotta believe. I think I gotta believe in Toni Storm. I think I gotta believe in this rookie who is just captivating us every single week, and it's just bringing us more and more in, along with her ride, because we feel her. It's like the American dream. It's it's just like the girlhood dream, the womanhood dream of going from the bottom, working your way to the top, all as a rookie, and proving everybody wrong. So go, Toni. Go. Win. Become champion.
I need it!
Like I said, guys, tonight, big things includes a big return. Samoa Joe is finally back. Let's effing go. One, some people had already thought this. They thought, oh, Jericho wrote him off, so it's obvious she's probably gonna come back for Jericho, right? One, I think we can all agree we don't need to see that. Two, Joe even said while he was gone, like it was like during like one of like the pressers for like Twisted Metal, he's like, I want to come back and fight guys you want to see me fight. Joe and Christian Cage, that is a great feud. One, for the people who were fans of Prime TNA and like are like, yo, this means something to me, man. And two, if you've been watching their AEW runs, they both have had incredible runs, including just this time last year, Joe was the AEW World Champion, and he was great with it. And honestly, they don't have to go this route, but it would be crazy if like they put the contract on the line for Christian Cage, and then Joe won it, and then God forbid he cashed in on friggin' Mox, and they did a whole reset again for the second time with him, and we're all like, yes, a reset, and with Joe as world champion again. Like people be like, oh my God, that's so great. But overall, this was the reason they kept like pushing the Hook and Christian Cage match, like back, and it happened because Joe was finally ready to come back. And honestly, if they want to have Joe, Hook, and Shibata take those trios titles, all the Death Riders, if Raider FTR doesn't do it, I'm fine with that too. But overall, it's just very, very good to have Samoa Joe back, dude. And right where he left off, Nick went, and Joe's just like, nope, move right out the way, kid. The certified killer is back, dude. And oh man, it's time to have some fun again because, Joe is gonna hurt you. Guys, tonight we kick things off with Kenny Omega versus Brian Cage, the Machine versus the Best Bout Machine. Overall, a very great, super solid first match for Kenny Omega back here in AEW. Obviously, he had that great match with Gabe Kidd, but this was his first testing of the Warriors back in AEW, and it was a super fun match. Ultimately, though, even though Ospreay came out to help, deal with the numbers game, it ended up being Fletcher, the Protostar, and Konosuke Takeshita, the international champion, the Alpha, standing tall over their two most hated rivals, being like, yo, we're the ones that run this place now, bitches. Honestly, this tag match that these guys are going to have, those four, oh my God, it is going to be insane. That might be the move for Grand Slam Australia. If it is, I am 1,000% behind it. I am cool. Even if they just want to do friggin' like Ospreay and Fletcher 2 out of 3 falls and have Omega versus Takeshita again, an international title again. Or if they want to just flip it around and do, hey, Ospreay, Takeshita one more time, 1-on-1, and then Fletcher and Omega one more time, 1-on-1. Like, dude, there's so many different variations we could have in this match, and they're all going to be sick as hell. And I mentioned before about signs of maybe AEW is pivoted. I'm just going to say this right now because they're both, I think that's the next thing for them after this. If either Ospreay or Omega is fighting for the World Championship by Revolution, I'll even say Dynasty because that's when Darby's freaking climbing Mount Everest. Or actually, no, I probably will say Revolution because maybe Darby's back by Dynasty. My point is, if by Revolution, Ospreay or Omega is going for the World Championship, I think that'll be a sign that they pivoted. Because I love Mox, and it sucks the storyline's like going the way it is. Like for a lot of people, there's no way you can have them, even if Mox has a freaking classic match with Ospreay or Omega, which we know he can. He's done it in the past, especially with Omega. Like, there's no way. Even after that, people would just if Mox pinned either one of their shoulders to the mat, people would be like, "Fuck, no." Like, there's just no way. There's no way. So if either one of them is fighting for the world title at Revolution, if it's one or the other, if it's a triple threat or something like that, then I'd be like, that's probably their way of being like, people would still be pissed afterwards. But I really do think if either one of them is fighting for the world title Revolution, then they pivoted and they're not waiting for Darby, which I understand because, like, bro, you're climbing Mount Everest. They're not going to be back till early May, possibly. Who friggin' knows? But either way, just for that tag match with them versus Fletcher and Takeshita, dude, that shit is going to be sick. It's going to be on another level, bro. Guys, I want to talk about something that was teased tonight concerning the TNT Championship. Then, we're going through, like, some footage talking of, like, the guys in the Casnio Gauntlet, like, last week, like, Jay White, Undisputed Kingdom, Daniel Garcia. And there came up a point where the Undisputed King were talking about Daniel Garcia, and Cole's, like, propping him up, and O'Reilly's like, is he really that good? Some guys aren't that great. And Roddy and Cole, like, laughed it off, and they were like, well, you might be kind of right. So, holy crap on a cracker. Are we going to possibly get Adam Cole turning heel with his boys like I predicted? Then rightfully so. Are we going to see Adam Cole win the TNT Championship? Now, wait a second. I've definitely seen this before. Cole wins the TNT Championship, and then we have Roddy and O'Reilly as the tag team champions, Fathom champions, at the same time. I've seen this before. And it was awesome the first time around when they did this in NXT with the North American Championship and the NXT Tag Team titles. And if that was really a point where they started getting themselves on track and, they eventually held all the gold together. I think they're trying to recapture that same magic, and let's be honest, we know they can. Honestly, I think that is exactly what possibly could happen. And if Adam Cole wins that TNT Championship and turns heel with his boys backing him up and then winning championship gold, I think slowly but surely, in ring, on the mic, and just aura-wise, we're going to be like, wait a second. I think Adam Cole, baby, is back. I think he's back. I like it. I love it. I'm all for it. DG, you're my guy. But if you badger out the TNT Championship to Adam Cole, bro, I'm sorry. It might just be over with for you, and it won't be with a bang. It won't be with a whimper. It's going to be with a boom. Okay, guys, that is Dynamite. We are done. Put it in the rearview mirror. We are done. Whew, man, we got freaking Grand Slam Australia coming up, and then we got Revolution right after that. Both shows are going to be absolutely sick. I cannot wait, especially Revolution, because that's going to be in Crypto Arena, AEW's first time there, and I guarantee they sell probably 11,000, 12,000 tickets. First time going around, it is going to be so sick. But as for the company that usually has that arena, WWE, they are rolling on as the road to the Royal Rumble is underway. It is more stacked than ever before, and we're just going to have to see who is left standing and who is the one to go on to main event WrestleMania. We all know who it is. The champ is here. But SmackDown this Friday, we once again will continue the build for the Rumble. Howard, Cody, and KO going to try to kick each other's ass before they fight for the championship, both championships at the Royal Rumble in a ladder match. Is LA Knight going to somehow get his ass whooped for pissing off the Bloodline again? Most likely, yeah. Solo is back, and shit, who knows what's going to happen on a Friday night sometime. DIY Tag Team Champions will be there. It'll be super goated. And then Raw next week, we got Rollins versus McIntyre, WrestleMania 40 rematch. It's going to be super sick. Guys, you're not going to want to miss any of these shows going down. You're certainly not going to want to miss what your boy, the best gabber in the biz, has to say afterwards. So keep on liking, keep on subscribing, and most importantly, keep on remembering that when it comes to talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe right here. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed Dynamite tonight. It was dope, but we have got to move on to SmackDown this Friday. So, deuces, spuses, have a good night, and I will see you guys after SmackDown this Friday when we once again are like, why is Kevin Owens not going to win the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble? Good grief.